Hello, this is Elmer Moore. I'm the project team lead for Scale Up Milwaukee, and we're having another Google Hangout with an area business. Tina, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, yes, I'm Tina Reese. I'm the principal of the Avantti Environmental Group. I am a woman-owned growing business here in Milwaukee, and I've been in business about 2 years.
Fantastic. So what I would love to happen is I'd love our viewers to learn about why you started your business and what you've been doing to grow. So tell us your founding story, if you will.
Sure. I have been in the environmental consulting business for approximately 23 years, and about 2 years ago, there was a corporate shift in the organization that I had been with for the previous 18 years, and so when that shift happened, I decided it was a great time for me to just step out and start my own company, which I did, and it went really well from the beginning. I have had constant growth since I started, and a lot of that is due to, the relationships that I've had with my clients for many, many years. So it was a great move for me.
I love hearing that. So before we dig too far deeply into your growth, I have an easy question for you. Help me understand what environmental consulting is.
Sure. What AEG specializes in, basically we support our clients in the repositioning of properties for redevelopment. So when you're driving down a road and you're looking to your right or left and you see vacant properties that aren't being used or they're being underutilized, what we do is we come in and help our clients basically get those properties to a point where a developer would want to come in and pretty much we bring it to a shovel-ready position. So,
is there a project that you can name that you think of as either your marquee project or a great example of the work you all have done?
We currently work for a environmental response trust. It was a project that I've been working on for the past 20 years. It is a brownfields property. It's located here in southeast Wisconsin, and we've pretty much taken it from A to Z, cradle to grave, where we did the assessment, we brought down we demolished all of the buildings. We've been working with regulatory agencies on remedial planning, and just for the past 15 years, we've ran one of the largest groundwater extraction and treatment systems in the state, and just recently put in a phytoremediation system as a supplement to that. So,
wow,
yeah, it's pretty interesting.
That is very interesting. So let's get to our favorite topic. You mentioned that you've been growing. You're a very young business, although it sounds like you've actually been doing what you're doing for a number of years. What are you doing to make sure that you're growing?
I think that one of the biggest things that my company has done to grow is to continue with the relationships that I built through time. And I have brought in some very key people that have also worked in the environmental industry. And so with all of us in one spot, we have a very good relationship with a large network of contractors, clients, federal agencies that we work for, state agencies that we for, municipalities. So we have a broad network that we can draw from. And so even though, once our projects are done, we've done the cleanup, we get a lot of repeat customers coming back. So
I want to understand very clearly, who is in the process of a building going from not there to there. Who's your client? I mean, I understand that you fit in with everyone, but who's actually writing the checks to your business?
Right. Very good question. It changes. It can change for the same property. It can change through time. The marquee property that I was talking about, I started out with an industrial client. We were working for them. They got a notice of violation from the state agency. We helped them move through that violation. Unfortunately, in 2009, They went through a bankruptcy, which we then worked for the bankruptcy court. After that, it went to the state of Wisconsin. After that, it went to the trust. And right now, it's being transitioned over to a different responsible party. So that one client, I've had 4 or 5 different clients through time, that one property. So, but brownfields in particular, I like to work with municipalities a lot because they're usually strapped for money. One of the services that we provide are grant writing services, and so we get them money to start their program, and then we help them sustain that program through time, whether that's working through additional grants and funds through the federal or state arena, or working with developers as they move those properties into a more utilized position.
So you can actually help your customers pay you.
Yes.
Fantastic. You know,
Yes, that's
what you,
exactly right.
yeah, well, I think a lot of businesses are actually, they have a process for creating such value that their customers can pay them and pay them more each year. But the process isn't quite as direct as, hey, we'll come in and help you get money to pay us. I
Right.
love it. I love it. So, in Scale Up Milwaukee's, in our project, and certainly in the Scalerator, one of the things that we talk about often is, the best revenue, or the best quickest access to revenue, is actually cultivating existing customers. So talk to me about, this relationship management you're doing. What are the things that you do specifically, or what are the best practices that you found for making sure that you keep these relationships active?
Very good question. It client management is one of the things that I stress very strongly here at AEG. And I am probably one of the leaders in always touching my clients at least every quarter. And that could be just sending them a card, doing a little email, just how's it going, checking in. This is a new regulation that might affect you. Some little tidbit that allows me to touch them on a regular basis. And it's actually a requirement of all of my employees that they touch someone at least once every day.
I think that's fantastic. Do you use any tools that are worth talking about to help do that?
Good question. No, at this time I'm actually out searching and looking for a tool that will help me. Right now we just do it through Outlook, and we do recurring appointments and things like that. And then we have weekly meetings that we sit down and talk about what's gone on for the week, what are we going to do next week, what were the outcomes of some of our conversations. So the communication between all of us here at AEG is very, there's a strong link between us, and so we keep ourselves informed. But I'm actually looking for a client management system that is affordable for us, and one that's simple enough for us all to work together efficiently with.
I think that's a great plan. So I love this idea of keeping your clients, your past clients, very warm and engaged, and I love that you've made it a whole company objective. Can you talk a little bit about how much you talk about growth being a whole company objective, and if you tie reaching out to those past clients to specific growth targets?
We do. During our weekly meetings, we talk strategically about the clients that we have, the clients that we're looking to procure. One of our focus or target areas is the federal space, and so we've been touching federal contracting officers a lot. In the next couple of weeks, I'm actually doing 2 capability presentations to the Army Corps, one in Nashville and one in Louisville. And this was all based off of a contact I made with them two weeks ago. And so follow up and getting back in front of them so that they remember who you are and what you can do for them is very important. And so once I start that relationship, it just gets put right into, right now it's the Outlook, and so it becomes a recurring appointment for me, as
That's
well as
great.
my employees.
Yeah. So are you willing to say out loud how much you think you'll grow next year in 2016?
I do have projections on that. I look very closely at how we're trending. Over the last 2 years, we've trended 20% growth. I am anticipating probably between 15 and 20% this next year.
And what could you do to make that 15 to 20% look more like 30 to 50%?
I would definitely need to increase my staff, my technical resources, and if I do that, I also have to increase some of the support staff behind that. So the more people we have on staff, the more people we can touch, the more the better our reputation is what really, sets us apart from other consulting firms. We do high quality work. We give our clients alternatives based on risk management. And so, we lead them in one direction or other, but the decision is theirs. And so in order to do that, you have to be very strong on the existing regulations or some of the new regulations that are coming out. So that's one of AEG's strong points, is we're technically very astute. And so our clients love that. It is something that what our reputation is based on. So
I like to hear that. And I completely understand the challenge you face, which is to get bigger, you've got to hire more, but to hire more, it'd be much more helpful to get bigger. And there's a leap of faith, if you will, necessary to get to that next level. What I appreciate about you describing your relationship management is the clarity with which you are really churning your customers inside that conversion and that the customer acquisition funnel, and really churning the conversion from old client to new and current customer again and again. Fantastic business model. So before we wrap up, I'd love to ask you if there was a message you could give or advice you could give to all the other business owners looking to do exactly what you're doing, which is grow. What would it be?
I think that my message would be, and really, I've heard the message from others, and I am a good listener, and so I put those messages into an implementation strategy. Is hire good people, understand your client base and where you should focus your energies. Make sure you have strong banking, accounting, and attorney partners with you, because they can help you out tremendously through time. And definitely ask for referrals from your clients, because they're the best ones to get them from.
That's perfect, and I think that's a great moment to end. Tina, thank you so much for your time. We're celebrating your growth, and we look forward to hearing more about you becoming a booming, expansive business in this region, because what you're doing will certainly catalyze and inspire the others around you. So thank you for speaking with us today. I look forward to seeing you soon. And to the rest of our audience, thank you for joining us for this Google Hangout. You'll see more of these coming soon. From Scale Up Milwaukee, goodbye.
Thanks, Ellen.